exact words to the AI. Okay, so here we'll hit play.
39ª versión del Festival de Música Vallenata en Guitarra y es el festival número 42 del Encuentro Regional de la Cultura. Bueno, este 42 encuentro es del 19 al 15 de agosto y el 39º Festival de Música Vallenata en Guitarra irá del 14 al 16 de agosto en la ciudad de Agustín Codazzi. ¿Cuánto nos alegra que en la tarde de hoy nos acompañe Germán Durán Villarreal, primero con quien nos une una gran amistad y segundo que es un pilar fundamental en el desarrollo del Festival de Música Vallenata en Guitarra que se desarrolla en Agustín Codazzi. Germán, primero que todo, nuevamente gracias por llegar hasta el municipio de Plato, gracias por compartir este en vivo.
Okay, so he's advertising the festival. I thought there might be some music, but there is not, but that's okay. Anyways, and that brings us to the end of this week's news desk, which not only this week's news desk, but this week's Pablo Casal's Accordion news desk for world peace. And as I said, we're going to have more sources from more places in the world, and I'm going to really, the humanitarian stuff is in where the television news is telling us we should just bomb the heck out of these countries and not care about these people or whatever. So I'm going to endeavor to include more public interest stories so that we learn about the people, human beings just like you and me, who are there, and maybe it motivates us to perhaps do whatever feels right to us. Okay, that concludes this first run of the Pablo Casal's Accordion news desk for world peace. It's gonna keep going. Like I said, I might have to change the name. I might be like infringing on. I'm sure somebody owns the name Pablo Casals, and you can't just like slap this on things. But I don't think. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay for a minute, and I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm gonna email them and be like, hey, what do you think? Can I use it? Anyway, okay. So where do we go from here? We have 9 minutes left. Do I have things set up? I feel like by the time I set stuff up, it'll be like I have the accordion out, but it's not plugged in. I have the iPad out, but it's not hooked up. But why don't we just like watch some fun stuff? So we'll just watch some videos. And then in 2 weeks, we'll get back to that. And I didn't talk about my opinions because I just talked for the whole time. So sorry for everybody. The two things that I advertised didn't even happen today. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, is this the right one? Yeah, it is. Okay, so no, it's not the right. Hang on, let me get the right. We need this one. And remember, Alex Meixner, the great polka accordionist, will be here. When will he be here? I think this is the one. Yeah, he'll be here next week. We'll start right on time. If I do the news desk, it'll be either before or after his segment. Okay. So let's go back to what else did I have? Okay, so here's a cool thing. So I am super into. I played this last week actually when I did the thing on freebase and tango. This is. I was saying how I get really into when I find something I love, like the Tiny Desk concert of Catriali Paco. I've listened to that thing like so many times. I had to take a break and actually I'm able to listen to it again now. But this video is it's like so good, and I love his combination of singing these different styles. Anyways, in this, I was listening kind of more, and there's a point at which he brings out this other bandoneon player that I know from listening to solo bandoneon, and his name is Julio Pane, and he's another one of the great bandoneonists of, I don't know, I assume he was born in like the 50s, maybe Julio was born in the 40s, but like that generation in the 1950s, so around my parents' age, I guess, somewhere in there, not my grandparents' age, and not my age. So I want to find this point at which he brings them out. So first of all, he does this one. Nah, I don't have time for that. So, no, he does. Yeah. Okay. So he brings them out. Let's get there. And it's just so cool that I like, oh my gosh, he brought out Hughes. I already love this man. And this concert is so cool because he really builds the orchestration in terms of musicians. he starts out singing that song that we watched last week, where it's about his bandoneon and his life with the bandoneon and how it talks for him, and it's his friend no matter what. And it's just this really beautiful story that once I realized that that's what the lyrics are about, I already loved the melody, and I was like, holy shit, that's what the lyrics are about. How cool, how inspiring. I should write a song about my accordion and how important and meaningful it is to me, you know, my life with my accordion as my voice.
La distancia no es real. Y me descubro en ese punto.
And then he brings in bass, and he brings in guitar, and he brings in the pianist. Actually, the pianist comes first. And it's just this beautiful concert. It's not... I love it because I love it, and I'm not surprised. I'm like, of course, this man who I'm just totally digging his range, his deliberate artistic range. It doesn't feel contrived. It feels natural, but it feels also so mature, so mature. He's not a one-trick pony. He's got all these different things, and he can play the bandoneon like as good as anybody, you know. Anyway, we're gonna get to a point where he brings up Julio Pane.
Teniendo siempre el corazón mirando
el sur. Seems pretty quiet. Let me see if I need to turn this up.
Mi barrio
Is that quiet, you guys? It kind of seems like it is.
fue una planta de jardín. La sombra de mi vieja en el jardín. La triste fiesta de las cosas más sencillas. Y la paz en la granilla de cada sol. Mi barrio fue mi gente que no está. La cosa que ya nunca volverá. Y desde el día que me fui, con emoción y con la cruz, yo sé que tengo el corazón mirando al sur.
Cool. Birdie said the left leg technique is neat. Man, he's crying.
Va a venir un bandoneonista ahora. Para mí es el mejor. Maestro, no, alumno de maestros y maestro de grandes profesores nuevos.
It's a master and a great
Julio Pane.
If you like bandoneon and solo bandoneon, check out Julio Pane. There's this amazing series of recordings of bandoneon masters, and there's one dedicated to him. It's all him playing solo. That's how I know him. I love the energy. Change it. And now the dancers. What a cool show. This show is incredible. It's like 2 hours. And now. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I'm just super into him and in general, and specifically this like 2-hour concert. It just knocks me out. There's so much to learn. Let's see. We started that one, the anti-pastoral. That's a little bit heavy. Let's see what else. This is all stuff. Let's listen to this. So this is no, that's not the one. I wanted Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. This one I thought would be cool. So this is Portland-based guy Chauncey Canfield. Let's end the show with this one. You know, I find playing accordion, playing covers of pop music, rock music, R&B on the accordion is not easy. And this Chauncey's doing all of these cool pop covers. He's got his own concept, which is like, yeah, you got to have your own concept. So it seems to involve a lot of, I think, similar to how I think about David Lang's concept, is that David Lang's sound concept is also involved in the way he's miking. So his bellows sound is really, this is my personal opinion, based on my experience studying bellows and sound projection with Jack and Natalie, that David Lang's, I haven't really heard him in person, but it seems like watching him and knowing what I know, that how he moves the bellows and the sound that comes out is really tied to being mic'd, you know, and I don't mean any evaluation or judgment, you know, about that. It's just a person's sound. I think that we all have different ways, you know, to do things. One of the things I was going to talk about today that I'm not, I'll table it for a future, is that there is not one accordion technique. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as that. There is no one way to play the accordion. There's not one way to hold the accordion. There's not one way to move the bellows on the accordion. It matches the sound and the style, first of all, primarily of you, but also of the genre and style that you like. You know, how do you want to sound? And that's myriad, infinite ways and ways to define that, but I'm just going to leave that right there. Anyways, I think I really, immediately from hearing Chauncey, like he came on my his channel came on my, like, what do you call it, algorithm or whatever. I was like, whoa, this is great. Where is this guy in the world? And I found out, I think that he's in Portland, which is so cool, or the greater Portland area, something or other. In fact, somebody I know who I teach, she said that I think she knows where he plays in Portland, which is really cool. So I'm a fan. I would say we're a fan of Chauncey, and let's go out on this great Beatles tune. Love and just love and joy to everybody out there. This will be my goodbye, and then at the end of the tune, in 3 minutes and 46 seconds, I'll just hit stop and I'll go about the rest of my day. It's such a pleasure. Thanks to everybody watching, and I appreciate if you're disappointed that I never got to the advertised subjects, which first of all was Alex Meixner. That was a mistake. He'll be here next week. I'm really looking forward to that. And the other advertised subject I didn't even do at all. I just did the news list thing, which I also am so thrilled and excited. So love and positivity, and may you find all of the accordion music that makes your brain feel happy and good. And may you have the kind of practice session or performance, solo or with other people, whatever you're playing, practicing your time with the accordion, may it may make you feel happy, and when you're done, may you feel better than before you played. All right, here's Chauncey. City.